Breaking down some breaking news this morning here on Saturday. Terrible, terrible news. But I'll get into the injury updates here from the Hawks, and Hawks make a trade. Surprise trade this morning, right? Just perfect timing, I guess, and it gave a hint at what was probably gonna break right after that. But I'll get into that right now. Yeah, man. So let's just start out with the breaking news of the morning of the hockey world, right? The NHL, young star, right? Face of the franchise, young face of the NHL. After that hit last night from Brendan Smith, didn't didn't know what was happening. Uh, right after that post game, not many updates really from coaching staff or medical staff last night, but it did seem weird that I guess they traveled with a broken jaw, right? But I'll get into that list here. So the official announcement or update from the Hawks was from the main account, and it said, yeah, so just a fractured jaw for Bedard and Nick Foligno, fractured left finger right after his fight with Brendan Smith on that Bedard hit. But not good, not great at all. Any way you look at it here. Let's see if I could look through the quotes that came out not too long ago. So before they got the update from the Hawks, Ben Pope put out, yeah, that there was an optional practice this morning. Bedard and Foligno not among them, of course. But to be fair, there are only 9 skaters and 2 goalies present. Yeah, so just trying to spread some positivity, I guess, before that announcement came out from the Hawks. But there's no timetable for any of the injuries. Yeah, definitely burner. Who knows the time that he'll be out? Whether it's 4 to 6 weeks, right? Like a month and a half ish. Hopefully less than 2 months. I think if he's back in less than 2 months, I think he still has a pretty strong case for the Calder this year. I believe he still has a 10-point lead in points, but a month and a half ish, maybe 2 months. Hopefully not, right? But we'll see how he heals. Definitely hoping it's not straight up 2 months because that's a whole lot of games there and a whole lot of missed opportunities. But what can you do at this point, right? It's unfortunate. And I didn't love the hit last night that he took there from both sides, right? Like maybe he should have defended his upper body a little more while entering the zone. But Brendan Smith has a bit of a size difference there, so I see how he caught his jaw on that elbow. And I put out last night, like immediately after the hit. I didn't want to speculate, or anything like that so early on, but I did guess that it's probably a fractured, broken jaw, right, or a dislocation, right. Obviously not a doctor, but from the replay and that um, picture that came out from the photographer at the game, it was immediate pain before he even hit the ice. So his face was already grimacing, so you can tell that the pain was there and it was instant. So I'm guessing that it was a broken jaw because that is immediate pain, and it seems like we were right on that. Unfortunate, right? I mean, best case scenario was that he was probably missing a few teeth, had to get stitches, right, um, to help the wounds. But unfortunately, it's a fractured jaw, and that's not what you want to see at all. just hope that timetable, that timeline isn't terrible, right? Sure hope it's not a full 2 months because that would really stink there. Um, Not sure exactly when the All Star game is. The All Star weekend. I don't remember the date, so if anyone knows that, if you could help me out really quick. But yeah. So we'll see what happens with All Star weekend. It's probably not super likely, right? Um, can't you you can't play um, full team contact and stuff if you're not fully healed. But okay, yeah. So All-Star weekend, roughly 4 weeks. He's participating in some fashion. Yeah. So I'm guessing if his healing is um going well, right? In about a month, um, maybe he could roll with the fishbowl, right? The hard plastic cage, like his days in junior and at the World Juniors, he would wear the fishbowl, the bubble mask, right? Uh, Always looked cool to me. I thought thought that he should definitely get a chance to get back on sooner if everything's going well. But that's going to be up to the medical staff and obviously not going to take a big risk with him, letting him play earlier, right? Face of the franchise right now. And yeah, so February 1st to the 3rd. So that's about a monthish. Yeah, we're gonna see how he heals, right? And I have a few quotes from Coach Luke, maybe a little comparison on the injury. Let's see here, Coach Luke, from Charlie Romelio this morning. Luke Richardson said he broke his jaw as a player and he was out about 5.5 weeks. Although he admitted his was more severe, he took a slap shot to the mouth and had 2 plates and 15 screws in. He had to wear a cage for a bit after. Yeah, so that seems pretty severe if you're having 2 metal plates uh, put in your jaw there and 15 screws. But I'm guessing it wasn't to that extent if he was able to travel home on the plane last night, or else they would have treated and operated on that last night. You can't travel with that type of injury, but at least he was able to travel and get back home here. So just hoping for the best here. Hopefully, not a super long um, timetable because that would just be an absolute disaster, really, for the team and the fans and himself. Right? That guy. He's going to want to play every single game. He's the ultimate competitor. So that's just big news for Connor. Very unfortunate, but let's see here. Looks like Seth Jones, Taylor Radish, Joey Anderson are all going to skate after practice. So I'm guessing that's non-contact practice. At least they're getting back on the ice, right? That's a positive sign for those 3 guys: Radish, Anderson, and Jones. Uh, I mean, big time, big time absence for the team, right? You could really see a difference now with just that type of quality of player. That's like that fringe AHL, NHL player, and now we're just plugging in guys wherever, really. Let's see, quote from Ben Pope this morning about half an hour ago from Jason Dickinson said Bedard was really upset last night on the flight home. He said, all I talked to him about was staying positive and being okay with where he's at. Uh, I think that's what you would expect, right? Just be happy with where you're at right now. Playing great to start his career here and to start the season. Don't want to look back at the points. Let's see. Yeah, so just with 33 points, I believe he's still leading by 10 in the Calder race here for this year. But 33 points, 15 goals, and 18 assists. Um, just brutal. This is not what you wanted to see to start the year, right? 15, yeah, 15 goals, 18 assists, 33 points. Um, let's see here. What do I see? Yeah, preferred to be jaw and not concussion though. He's out longer with a fractured jaw, but concussion can alter careers down the road. Yeah, that's definitely true. Don't want to see those concussions pile up, right? Like a lot of other players. Just recently, what was his name? From the Flyers, and then went to the Knights. Nolan Patrick, right? He had to take a break, and then I believe he's now officially retired due to those injury concerns, right? With the concussions, um, just terrible stuff to see. Uh, they're not playing tennis out there, so it's definitely a rough sport, and things are going to happen. But definitely happy to see that it's not something like that. But just hoping for a quick recovery, really, right? That's what you're hoping. But let's see here. Yeah, so Coach Luke, he said he was out about 5.5 weeks. What was I reading before? Something with let's see. Yeah, just a list. But let's see the IR list about 10 minutes ago from Charlie Romeliotis. Let's see here. So the full list: Joey Anderson, shoulder; Double A; Andreas Athanasiou, groin. I believe he hasn't even skated yet, so that's just god awful. Anthony Beauvillier, wrist. I mean, it's unreal, right? Even the players that we brought in because of injuries, right? Like Taylor Hall's out for the year, and then you bring in Beauvillier, and now he's out for unextended, time, and that's just gut wrenching. That's just brutal. It is absolutely brutal. Bedard, right? Jaw, Foligno, finger, from from the fight, right? Tyler Johnson, foot; Seth Jones, shoulder; Taylor Hall, out for the year. Like we all knew a while ago. Taylor Radish, groin. So same thing as Double A there, but Taylor Radish back on the ice with Seth Jones and Joey Anderson today. So that's a step in the right direction. Um, as in, getting players back in the lineup. Uh, just rough to see that pile up, but I believe we have a quote. Let's see about the injured list. Let's see. Yeah, from Charlie Romeliotis, Jason Dickinson on Chicago's long injury list. Honestly, it was just a shock, almost, and disbelief that we can't get through a game. We can't get through a whole road trip. It's crazy. Yeah, I think Ben Pope had the stat from the road trip. I believe we lost 4 players uh, throughout the road trip here. I mean, what are you gonna do? That's it's just unfortunate to catch our players in that type of situation. Where everyone's out, right? Um, I thought Ben Pope put something out from that update. I guess not. But Jason Dickinson, yeah, from Ben Pope here. We need reinforcements. We need anybody at this point. It's thin. It's hard on a lot of guys. Yeah, I mean, what else can you say? Um, let's see here. From Mark Lazarus, quote from Jason Dickinson on seeing Seth Jones, Taylor Radish, and Joey Anderson. Everybody, as soon as we saw them walk in the room, it was like, how you doing? How you feeling? How close do you think you are? Can you push it a little? Yeah, so they're just eager to get guys back in the lineup. It's depleted. There's no one left with great significance to really catch your eyes for a game, right? But if you're looking at the lineup for a fan just watching the game, young players to watch would just be Lucas Reichel, Kevin Korchinski, Alex Vlasic, and possibly Soderblom in net, right? For those younger players to watch, with the potential, right? So that's something that you would want to look into, right? Without Bedard here, it's just rough to find a whole list of reasons to really tune in, right? But that IR list is just unreal. And Ben Pope did put out like an IR lineup, right? From all the guys out. Let's see. First line would be Taylor Hall, Bedard, Double A. Second line, Beauvillier, Tyler Johnson, Radish. Third line, Foligno, Anderson, Savoie. So that injured lineup would definitely, um, I think they would beat the current healthy lineup. That's just something else here. Yeah, Gravely or yeah, Gravely Diggs. Man, it's brutal, right? To see that news to start the year, right? That's just brutal stuff to see. Um, yeah, so there's no timeline on Bedard right now. Um, we're gonna see where we are in about a month, really, to see if there's any really good updates about a month from now, because that's a pretty appropriate time to check back in. Yeah, hard to say next man up when it's Bedard. He is irreplaceable in the lineup. You can't replace that guy's skill. Uh, just you can't fill in that one C, right? With the things that he does on the ice, and off the ice, right? Being a pretty good young leader for this group right now. Uh, that's pretty much all of the injury updates, from the list to Bedard to Foligno. Uh, with Foligno, also no timeline, no timetable for him yet. Fractured finger. Do not know the timeline for that one. Let's see here. Yeah, so we did make a trade before that news dropped. Hawks trade for Rem Pitlick. So that was the hint, right? That someone was definitely getting placed on IR today. Was just hoping it wasn't Bedard, right? Because that would mean that he's out for an extended time. But that's what happened, and yeah, Hawks make a trade before that news dropped. Hawks picked up Rem Pitlick, I believe, from the Pittsburgh Penguins for a 2026 seventh round pick. So pretty much just a just a giveaway pick, right? An irrelevant asset at this time. Ooh, breaking news! Wow, uh, pretty much expected, right? More breaking news for the Hawks today. We were all saying it yesterday, right? Zach Sanford hits waivers yesterday, and the Hawks claim him today from the Coyotes. So, I mean, what's going on with this? This is just, I mean, what a year, right? Let's see if I could bring up the cap friendly really quick here. On the updates, let's see. Let's see. I guess I could take a look at Rem Pitlick first. Let me pull him up really quick. Rem Pitlick. So, news from Charlie Romeliotis this morning, or not too long ago, actually. Let's see. Yeah, about 40 minutes ago. Um, Rem Pitlick, he's expected to play tomorrow on Sunday. So that's cool, right? Against Calgary, Coach Luke knows him from his time with Montreal. You know, Coach Luke being the assistant coach there, in Montreal, right? So he's familiar with Pitlick, and just about a minute ago, Hawks claimed Zach Sanford from Arizona. I believe he did win the cup with the St. Louis Blues a few years ago. So let me pull up Rem Pitlick really quick just to take a look. Let's see if there's any more news on the situation. Um, Nothing else on Bedard for right now. Uh, let's see. Let's see. No timeline for Bedard from Elliot Friedman. We will see how imaging in next few days go. Yeah, so the imaging, right? The X-rays. Just hope it's not super, super, super major like that. But we'll see. Let's see here. Quote from Charlie Romeliotis not long ago from Jason Dickinson. Try putting his GM hat on during the plane ride home to see who might be available to play for the Hawks on Sunday. Quote from Dickinson: I was wondering if maybe we'd go 11-7 if we had a couple of D men playing forward. I was looking at all the options. We are out of options, right? But yeah. So about a minute or two ago, Hawks sign Zach Sanford off of waivers. So we bring in another two forwards here. But looking back at Rem Pitlick, let's see here. He's 26 years old. He's been around for a little while now. Picked in the third round here in 2016. He's 5'11", about 196 pounds, shoots left. I can't even picture a possible lineup right now, just with all the moving parts. I can't make up a line. Um, I would imagine that Reichel gets that shot on the first line. Dickinson's probably moving to 1C. Um, uh, just Reichel probably on that first line with Khrushchev and Dickinson. Thought that Dickinson's been playing awesome, right? Let's see here if there's any more from Charlie. Nothing right now. Yeah, man. Pitlick and Sanford are warm bodies. Yeah, they have potential at a time, right? Everyone's drafted. Everyone has potential, but we'll see how they can contribute. Who knows when the when the lineup's going to be healthy again? I highly doubt that they're going to get back to that full healthy lineup. But looking at Rem Pitlick really quick, 26, I said. Yeah, guys are dropping like flies here. This road trip, like you're losing 4 or 5 players, right? Don't know how you get over that as a GM, right? Just having 9 players out of the lineup here. But let's look at Pitlick really quick. Let's see something significant. Decent college career, right? Before getting drafted. 2019 Milwaukee Admirals in the AHL, 36 points, 20 goals, 16 assists. So he could put the puck in the net back then. Let's see how that developed. He was in the hometown here with the Chicago Wolves, 8 goals, 2 assists, 10 points, 8 games. So not terrible. Points percentage there. 2021 Minnesota Wild in 20 games, 6 goals, 5 assists, 11 points. So not terrible as a plug-in player just a few years ago for the Wild here. I believe he gets moved to the Canadiens. So this would be when Coach Luke was the assistant in Montreal. Let's see here, 46 games in 2021. In 2021, nine goals, 17 assists, 26 points in that 2021 season. In 2022, for the Habs, Pitlick, 6 goals, 9 assists, 15 points in 46 games. So his contributions definitely dipped there, possibly with his role, right? And we'll see what happens right now on Sunday, right? Happy Hermit, have they disclosed the injury? Bedard, yeah. So Bedard has a fractured jaw, right? Basically broken jaw. You could see it instantly after that hit from Brendan Smith. He was in obvious pain, skated completely fine to the bench, but just holding his, you know, his jaw area. And right there and then, I probably knew that he broke his jaw. just uh, it's brutal to see. But we already went over like the possible timeline, possible timetable, right? When he can be back, right? But yeah, so we'll know more in about a month, but also from Elliot Friedman. After they get the imaging done, then we'll see like how severe it really is. But just hoping it's not that severe, um, or major, no major surgery. Hopefully not. Right, that would be brutal. But running at 25 minutes here. Let's see if I could close it out with Zach Sanford really quick. Just taking a look at what has gone on with him recently. Zach Sanford. Let's see here. Uh, and now I just can't find it. That's weird. Really quick, Zach Sanford. I believe we picked him up. Sanford Elite Prospects. Let's take a look at what is going on. Um, I don't believe he's that old. Okay, so 29 actually, 29 years old, 6'4". Did not realize that. So that's cool. That's definitely something different for the lineup. You know, I mean, with no Bedsy in the lineup, is anything really that uh, substantial, right? Or meaningful, right? When he's not in the lineup, but that's where we are right now. But just looking at Sanford, 6'4", 207 pounds, so he's a big boy. 29 years old. Let's see, recently, yeah, so he won the Cup in 2019 with the Blues. 16 goals, 14 assists, 30 points in 58 games. So decent numbers there. 2021, not much at all. 10 goals, 6 assists, 16 points in 52 games. Let's check in more recently. Let's go to 2022. He was with the Preds, 2 goals, 1 assist, 3 points in 16 games. So then they sent him down to the Milwaukee Admirals, and that wasn't terrible. 12 goals, 16 assists, 28 points in 45 games. So that's not bad. In the AHL playoffs, let's see what he had: 3 goals, 4 assists, 7 points in 16 games. Not terrible, but this year with the Coyotes in 11 games, two assists, 2 points total. And in the AHL here for the Roadrunners, 1 goal, 3 assists, 4 points in 16 games. So numbers have definitely dipped for Zach Sanford here, but just getting him in the lineup, getting a body in there, right, with Rem Pitlick. Um, don't know how this is going to work out for the lineup. I guess we can, or is something going on with Isaac Phillips right now? Um, or I guess not. But yeah. So I don't know what we can be looking at for this lineup tomorrow against Calgary. Um, Let me take a look at the depth chart really quick just to see if I can map it out. Rem Pitlick, Zach Sanford. If anyone has an idea on a line, um, we could work this out. Let's see here. Just looking at the depth chart really quick. Just brutal, right? With the bodies that are out and the players that you have to bring in. I mean, how many players have we brought in already just due to the injuries? And then that guy gets injured, and then you have to bring in someone else. Let's see here. So, according to Cap Friendly 2 hours ago, I I guess they have some automation, right, for the injured players. Let's see if we can. So they have as a first line Ryan Donato, Jason Dickinson, and Philip Kurashev. Um, I think that's more likely, but I would like to see Lucas Reichel on that first line. because I think there's no reason to have have him down in the lineup. Let's see here. Lucas Reichel on that second line at left wing. That's where Cat Friendly has him. Entwistle, Colin Blackwell on that second line. That's crazy. Colin Blackwell on your second line. That's where we are right now. Boris Kachuk on the third line with Cini and Gutman. I would imagine Cole Gutman would be playing center, but Cat Friendly. The automation's probably just raising them up, switching them around a little. But they have Rem Pitlick, Reese Johnson, and Zach Sanford hasn't even been inputted on this yet. But that could probably be your fourth line. Depending on the size, maybe Colin Blackwell is bumped down a little. Maybe you bump up Sanford or what's the name? Rem Pitlick. Maybe he's on that second or third line there instead of Brett Cini or Boris Kachuk. The D core, the D pairings, it's pretty much the same. Megna's in, right? He's been playing decent for his 2 games in so far for these back-to-back games. Didn't notice anything glaring with him, but the size on the defense is unreal. I mean, it's like 6'4" plus for everyone. Korchinski's like 6'3", but that's still a big defenseman. Let's see here if there's anything else that we can take a look at. At least Peter Mrazek hasn't pulled his groin, right? Like, he's the one guy that you would guarantee that you would bet that guy's going to get injured in the first week of the season. But he's been completely fine health-wise, right? And he's been awesome in net. That's crazy to see. Peter Mrazek as your healthiest player on the team. That's nuts. But yeah, let's welcome in Zach Sanford and Rem Pitlick, I guess, right? Gonna have to bring in bodies, but there doesn't seem to be any other updates or news from practice today. I think practice is still going on now, or it might be over. I think it is over for now. Yeah. So no other news from the beat this morning, but yeah, that's what we could pretty much expect from the lineup tomorrow. Gonna see a lot of Reichel, I bet. Korchinski, just keep an eye on the young guys, right? And if you're interested in the new guys, Pitlick, Rem Pitlick, and Zach Sanford, just adding in some more bodies to the lineup. Did I finish up that Zach Sanford cat friendly? Let's see here. Ottawa Senators, yeah, about a year ago. For the Senators, 9 goals, 8 assists, 17 points in 62 games. Yeah, so like I said earlier, his numbers are dipping, right? Possibly due to his role in the lineup, or maybe just his performance, right? Getting a little older now, almost 30 years old. But we need bodies, right? And that's who we have for now. Just taking one more glance at the timeline. Like I said earlier, Elliot Friedman, no timeline for Bedard's recovery return as of now. We will see how imaging in the next few days go. So that's basically what you have to keep an eye on for Connor, right? If there's any more, or if it's a bigger severity for him on that jaw. Hopefully not, right? Let's keep that timeline decent, right? Just hoping that it's not major. Like a 2 to 3 month thing, because that would be an absolute disaster. Hoping it's less than 2 months. I think that's what we can hope for right now. But yep, that's what we're going to look for in the lineup tomorrow. There's probably going to be a few more updates tomorrow. Maybe someone progresses a little more, whether it's Seth Jones, who else? Taylor Radish, and who else was on the ice today? One more player was on the ice. Who was it? It was Jones. There's out. It's hard to. Yeah, Joey Anderson, right? Joey Anderson, Seth Jones, and Taylor Radish. So maybe someone progresses a little more, and we see them beginning of next week. I think that would be great. Just to get guys back in the lineup. That's just rough. So yeah, prayers for Connor, right? Just hoping for the best for him, keeping that timeline decent, and I hope nothing serious or major for a major extended timeout, right? Um, so prayers for Connor, and we'll be back tomorrow to recap Hawks and Flames. Max will be on, and we'll recap Team USA winning the gold also yesterday, right? Team USA, Hayes, Nazar, Renzel, and Oliver Moore, Hawks prospects getting the gold medal. Great stuff from them, but we'll get in that tomorrow. And yep, no problem. Had to hop on for this news today. It's big stuff, right? And it's brutal, but we'll be back tomorrow. Sounds good, man. But let's go Hawks.